Shemu Afroza. Shemu Afroza was born in Shantinagar, Dhaka and raised at Gopibagh. She began writing in 1980 through composing poems in Anonya Khelaghor. Later in 1998, she migrated to the USA. She has been blessed with 2 daughters. Her short stories and poems became popular among the readers in a short time. She has been regularly published by Bengali weeklies in New York, like Prothom Alo, Bangalee, Parichoy, Ajkal and Deshbangla. Because of her popularity among the readers, her poems have been published in different journals in Kolkata, India. Her short story was included with other 35 writers in the Anthology, The Golden Leaves 2019, of female writers in English. She has been involved in various cultural organizations in New York. Her objective of writings is to make a better, healthy society for the future generation through her pen. Still looking for. We 2 sisters were heading towards Mirpur riding a baby taxi. Suddenly we found some people gathered on the road. In a while, the taxi driver informed that possibly a thief has been caught, and the mob has been beating him. Before the driver could finish delivering his information, we stopped him, and rushed to see who was that thief. My heart was racing fast, and we craned over the crowd and found an unknown young man. Looking at the sky, we rubbed our eyes, and went back to our seat on the baby taxi to get to our destination. We reached our sister's residence quite despondent, so much heartbroken that even the most delicious food tasted insipid. Returning home in the evening, I really made my pillow pretty wet with the incessant stream of tears till Esha prayer. Monique entered home and thought that someone of his family might have told me something that caused my eyes swell. I offered him the dress to change, and asked to join the dinner table. He pulled my hand clutched and asked what happened. I said I would tell at the dinner table. He insisted and shot many questions. I was sobbing more than I could tell anything. I asked him to find out Sharif and promised that I will do everything I can for him, let him be well. Then I recounted today's incident. Listening to my narrating, he asked me to inquire where he lives. Almost 3 months Sharif never stopped by, we don't know anything about him. I went to visit my aunt on Friday. Suddenly the electricity went off. We were talking standing at the porch. I saw that a rickshaw stopped at the gate. He arrived. The rickshaw puller helped him get down and step forward. My aunt advised us not to go there. She said that he would leave after she gives him a little amount of money. Monique approached towards the gate to speak to him, and offered some money too. He also later arranged a job for him at a mosque in exchange of food and lodging. Sharif was born in a middle-class family. He was not doing very well in school, and used to hang out with the outlaws. So he somehow could go up to 8th grade at school. Then after the passing away of his father, he could not continue school. He carried away the stuff from home to sell outside and get drugged all the time. At the beginning his mother and sister tried to resist, but without avail. They used to live as 4 additional members in his brother's family. It was okay for the brother, but the sister-in-law definitely didn't like it. Sharif's mother was always worried and afraid about him, feared that any moment his elder brother might start scolding or beating him. Sometimes with a stick or the leather belt, but none of this could change Sharif. One day all the family members sat down to discuss what can be done for Sharif. They all consented and his eldest sister brought away Sharif to her residence. He was okay for a few days, but couldn't change his nature. There he could also find a den of outlaws to hang out. Now he's not content with little money, he needs a big amount. He informed her eldest sister that he liked to sell his share of the paternal property to start a business. He turned extremely demanding, and finally one day the family handed over the deed of his share of property to him. Sharif sold the land to one of his neighbors with a very little price and reveled with friends. In the next morning, a few young men came to inform Sharif's sister that he was beaten by some people and left on road nearby. Sharif's sister took him to a doctor. When he recovered he informed that his friends had drugs with him, and took away all the money after severely beating him. Sharif then started stealing the material things from his sister's house. Sharif's second sister tried to change his habit by taking him to her residence. Sharif's sister gets off to work in the morning every day, then he sends the domestic worker to grocery and he himself disappears. While in the afternoon I was busy observing the birthday and knifing the birthday cake. The telephone rings and my sister said, Do you know that Sharif has stolen away all my ornaments, and I filed a case with the police? Your brother-in-law was furious, so I had to inform the police. All my in-laws looked at my face and asked what happened. Is everything okay? I only told them that the domestic worker has stolen my sister's ornaments. After 2 days, Sharif was spotted traveling by a launch with some ornaments. Following this incident, he was denigrated and despised by everybody. Nobody wants to inquire about his well-being, but though I was mad at him but felt a deep pain inside. We had no news about Sharif for many days. One day in a winter night everyone went to bed. I just was up and wrapped the comforter around me, but suddenly I broke into tears, couldn't help myself, just was wondering that I am under this warm comforter, but Sharif may be spending this chilly night in an open space without any clothing. I spent the whole night with torments and requested Monique in the morning to locate Sharif. I told Monique that after all he is my own brother, son of a decent family, I can't endure his pain in this way. Monique came back from his work and tried to convince me, stating that he has already degenerated. However you try to bring him back to a healthy life, probably he wouldn't change. He said, I can get some necessary stuff to carry tea and sell it as a mobile tea vendor, but I don't think he would agree to do that. I felt terrible pain in my chest pondering about that my own brother would be a tea vendor. But it will be a good vocation at least, comparing with stealing other people's property. But we failed to locate him. Sharif completely disappeared, snapping all relations with the family. Long time passed away and I am also now in my middle age. I don't know whether he's still alive. Did he get married? Had he had any child? Sharif, where have you disappeared away? My 2 eyes still crave to see you, my little brother. I am still looking for you in those unknown terrains of the road. Translated from Bengali by Dr. Abedin Kader.